Hello, welcome to Love Food, Hate Money, the show where we talk about how much we love food and we prove it by spending every spicy potato taco we have on it.
All of them.
Every taco. I'm going to be your host, Jonah. This is co-host Courtney.
Hey.
And let's talk about a drink. What is it?
What is it? Oh, I know. I know so much about wine. Okay.
You're a real connoisseur.
It's red.
Ta-da! Today we're drinking red wine.
Ooh, it smells good.
It does smell good. You should like this wine. I think everyone would probably like this wine if they tried it. It's very high quality. Stag's Leap Wine Cellars. It's their Artemis 2019 Cabernet Sauvignon coming from Napa Valley. And I haven't actually tasted it, but from everything that I know about this winery, which is a legendary winery, should be good.
It's really good. I like it. But I'm a red wine girly.
You're a big red wine girly.
Yeah, I like bold and just like overwhelming. This one's kind of like, I don't know, is chewy a good word to describe it? Like it's got like a lot of mouthfeel.
Plush.
Plush?
Plush is a word that would be used on this one. Chewy is fine too. Chewy is used more for like Zinfandel. Like a well-made Zinfandel will be considered chewy because it's got I guess you could call it this one too. It's the structure of the tannin and like the type of fruit characteristic you get out of it.
Wow.
This winery is like world renowned and pretty cool. I'm glad that we got to try this.
Have you ever had wine from them before?
Yeah, you can get like pretty decent like entry level bottles from them. This is one of their nicer ones. But they won the Tasting of Paris in 1976. And for those people that don't know, it was basically a blind tasting that was put on that put New World wine, California specifically, for the most part, against French Bordeaux. And it was a full blind tasting amongst a lot of well-recognized people. And the United States won. Stag Leap's Cabernet Sauvignon won in that tasting, which really threw the wine world into a tizzy.
It probably pissed some people off.
Lots of French were real pissed off, especially.
The French already hate us.
Lots of excuses were made. I'm like, okay, well, New World wine, of course, is going to drink better when it's young. Let's wait in 20 years.
Sure.
Not going to hold a candle to it. So they recreated that tasting later on. I think it was 30 years later with the exact same vintages of those wines just to see how everything stacked up. Stag's Leap did not win, but the United States won. Like,
really?
There was across the board, like the U.S. wines won.
Ooh.
So
So wait, we are number one.
Yeah, we're the best.
We're the best. Best at what?
Being the best. We're number one. Everyone should go watch Superstore right now.
Oh, I love that show. I miss that show.
But yeah, important winery for the world of wine, United States wine, and like it's delicious. It's round, very plush.
So where's it from?
Dark.
Where's it grown?
Napa Valley.
Okay.
United States, California, Napa Valley, which I think for the Napa Valley designation on the bottle, it has to be 85% from Napa.
Mm-hmm.
The bottle itself says that it's a state fruit mix with different fruit from Napa. I wouldn't be surprised if, based on the shtick on their bottle, that this is 100% Napa Valley. But wine laws in the United States are funny. You can say Napa Valley and have, I think it's up to 15% of it not from Napa Valley.
That's really weird. So what are the tasting notes on this wine?
Well, dark fruit.
Yeah.
Cabernet Sauvignon classically is like cassis, black plum.
I was going to say plum was where like my brain was at. I feel like the more wines we taste, the more I realize like I need to eat more fruit and like continue to develop my palate. And that was one of the things with coffee, which is a great segue for later. But with coffee, you want to taste.
Surprise everyone, we're talking about beer.
With coffee, one of the things to develop your palate is to like smell and eat fruit. And I feel like with your wine studies, same kind of thing.
Same gist. It's the number one thing that they say is just to go to the markets and smell the fruit and eat the fruit and let the fruit sit on your counter, be the fruit.
You to rot the fruit?
Yeah, to get to the different stages of like oxidation to like pick up like, okay, this is what an apple smells like, but what does a bruised apple smell like? So it gets pretty nerdy.
You're just like punching an apple. You're like, oh yeah, what are you smelling now?
I'm going to beat you and then smell you, little apple.
Oh, God.
Nothing like being an apple bully to really develop your sommelier senses. But yeah, some of the exercises that they have you go through are fascinating. The most interesting one is to that has been discussed recently is to help hone in my ability to detect bitter phenolics in
you
white
were just
wine.
talking about this the other day.
And literally soaking endive or any other really bitter, like chicory family item into water. Let that sit and simmer, stew for 3 days, and then remove the leaf, but drink the water. In an ideal world, that just leaves the bitter flavor, not the actual other compounds of flavor to help like perceive bitterness. But I'm not that committed to the science yet. I'm sure at some point I'm going to have to get there, or I'll just keep not being able to call phenolics correctly, like a fool.
So coffee.
So
what do you want to tell the fine folks what we've been doing the last? We really did it in 2 weeks?
Yeah, we started it last weekend, I think, and then we
finished today.
We finished today. The Wanderlust Coffee Tour.
Yes, so this is, at least in my experience, the first of its kind locally. I'm sure other shops in other cities have done this before, but essentially,
I highly doubt it's the first time, but it's lots of fun.
But it's the first time we've participated in anything like this. A local coffee shop and coffee roaster called Xanadu Coffee in Phoenix put together a
stamp card.
Yes, a stamp card of 10 different shops. And if you went and you bought a drink at each one, you got a stamp. And then once you got all your stamps, you took it back to Xanadu.
And you were tramped. Tramp stamp? Yeah, that's the word. I like stamp tramped better.
Once you collected all the infinity stones.
That 2 full gloves worth.
2 full gloves worth. You filled out the back of the card and you got a t-shirt.
And it's a very nice little t-shirt. It looks like a solid little band tee with all of the participating shops as the
acts.
Acts, that's the word. The musicians, the coffee-zicians.
And what I love about this shirt too is they also did a competition for it with a cash prize for the design. So all around,
we did not win or even know about it until the tour was well underway.
We have no artistic ability, so.
It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. My watercolor cup is a gorgeous thing. You speak for yourself. I look at it and think that's my cup.
The way we got into this is we went on a whim to Space Coffee, I think last Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Dang, we did it in a week then. 2 weeks? I don't know.
Well, we did it half of it, like technically a week, I guess, because we did it like 4 shops that weekend, and then we did 6 shops over this weekend.
Like maniacs.
It's easy though, because the tour itself is located probably within like a 10-mile radius. Like everything is located in Metro Phoenix, pretty close to each other. There was one time where we drove by like 4 of the shops
on our way back.
Went back home.
Yeah, I would imagine they're probably been closer, like a 5-mile radius.
I think the farthest one away from anything was probably Pip.
That's true. I'll make a map. We'll post an ideal driving route.
You have fun with that.
But we started at Space Coffee, and they were actually the ones that told us about it. They gave us the little stamp card, and they said, "Hey, like you guys clearly like coffee," because we went and ordered 4 things right off the bat.
Yeah, we did a what I like to refer to as like a trial. A coffee trial.
A coffee trial.
Yeah.
Like
Dread the Drip.
Hunger Games?
Yeah. Except no bows and arrows, but there are cornucopias.
Okay.
But drip coffee, espresso, just straight up, and then a specialty drink is the 3 things that I really like to get when I
try a
new shop. Because the drip will give you hopefully a close enough idea to what their pour overs are. The pour overs are just going to be small. Like the pour overs will be nicer, but will be in an idealized world.
The drip gives you an idea of how much they care about their drip.
Yeah.
And then obviously
they cared a moderate amount about their drip.
Yeah. And then obviously the espresso gives you an idea of what their milk drinks are going to be.
And the specialty is just to see what they do with
It's
like,
the fun syrups and the seasonals.
can you make a latte fun, or should I just stick with your cortado and run away? That was a good shop.
I really like it. I think it's very cute.
Their food there the toast was delicious.
Oh my God, that toast. I'm still thinking about that toast. It was like pumpkin and cream cheese and
lots of nuts.
Lots of pecans. Like, they were not charging enough for that toast.
I think it was like $9, and we ate $9 worth of pecans because those buggers are expensive.
Pecans are so expensive. And then I think it had like honey on top. Ugh.
It was very good.
So
Coffee
good.
was good.
Biscoff latte is what I had. Ice latte.
Yeah, you had a cookie butter latte, and I had a
pumpkin.
It was toffee.
Oh yes,
it was like a toffee pudding.
Yeah,
right.
Something like that.
Along those lines.
It was really good. I really liked that shop. I thought it was really cute. They have little heart straws.
Very pink. It was a very pink little shop. You gotta love a little pink shop. And then I don't remember what order we went to any of these places in, so we should just start talking about them.
To Pip next, because Pip was familiar.
Pip was number 2.
I think so.
Interesting.
Or we're wrong. It doesn't matter.
We'll just talk about it next. We've been to Pip before.
Yeah, we've been to Pip before. I like Pip because it's a really cute space. It's communal. It has art that you can buy.
Which a lot of these shops did, which was kind of fun. Like I feel like half of these places were also art markets.
Yes.
Like if you're honestly, I wonder if that's a thing in other major cities, but at least in Metro Phoenix, like a lot of the shops, I'll shout out another one that's not on this tour, like Futuro, like that is like an art installation that happens to have an espresso machine.
Right. Yeah. Pip is really cool because it's pottery. You can go in and take classes. We haven't done that yet. I really would love to.
Yeah. That way you can throw a mug and then you can drink a mug.
Yeah. That's what he said. We also did their seasonal there. We had I think it was a sticky bun latte.
Yeah.
It was good. It wasn't my favorite, but it was like a good spiced latte.
Yeah. I think that it's worth noting the shops on a scale from the best part of waking up to Coffee Collective.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not a good comparison.
No, I don't. Well, a couple of these shops are like proper third wave, I feel like, or at least attempting to be.
I think that coffee is very subjective.
Yeah.
And I think what was cool about this tour is it really touched on all aspects of what people like. There was something
for everyone.
So there was...
And so...
You're more neighborhood. We don't really care about specialty coffee. We're just making coffee drinks that taste really good. And then you had the places, that would do the pour over, or that was, really trying to dial in and get a certain flavor profile. And I personally believe that you should just drink what you like. And that...
Which is pretty much true for anything.
Right. Well, and that one is not superior to another. Like, sure, you could get into the ethics of sourcing and you could talk about, well, this coffee is higher value and all that. But I think at the end of the day, like, just drink what makes you happy. And if you can buy the more ethical stuff and that works for you and that's what you like, yeah, of course do that.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean you should shit on people who like Dutch Bros or, anything.
You should shit on them for an entirely different reason.
Yeah, for blocking traffic, usually.
I love that. Dutch Bros is my favorite.
But I think at the end of the day, like, we got to try a lot of things in like coffee shops we wouldn't have visited otherwise.
Yeah. So Pip was fun. Pip was, it was what it was. That was like, we've been there before.
Yeah, we've been there, so it wasn't anything crazy.
Did you have a fun breakfast sandwich that's worth shouting out? We did not have it that time, but it's got some Shriners, like tasso ham on it, and
like a spicy jam.
And that's a good sandwich.
I think it's on Noble Bread. It's so good.
Yeah. If you go, get that, because it's a tasty little bite of food, and it's really well priced.
Yes. And then we went to...
Well, now you're jumping all over this list. Let's just go from the top left.
Oh, okay.
Well,
you can just pick then. What's the next one?
Okay, we'll save my favorite one for last because we're not going to shit on anyone, but we will have a favorite.
Okay.
Window Coffee.
Window Coffee was really cute.
Window was a cute space.
It was brand new.
Yeah, newer shop built into a neighborhood. Also looked like art that you could purchase.
Yeah, it was like a little row of shops or something behind it as well, which was cool.
Yeah, you walked that way. I did not go down the dark hall, which isn't even another coffee shop actually. But that was a coincidence, probably.
They sourced really good pastries.
They did source really good pastries. Did we ever establish what pastry shop they were using?
I'm pretty sure it's Sus or Sus or however you pronounce it. It's SUSS.
Seems sus to me.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I can look that up.
Oh wait, I'll just keep talking about it. Window was fun. It was a cute shop. The coffee window they actually order from, it was funny because the guy like barely even fit in that little space, that little nook. That was funny to watch. Yeah, solid drinks. I
was right.
It's sus.
Yeah, or Sus, however you say it. Their pastries are really great.
We had their pastries twice in one day because we went to shops back to back that were, I don't know, 2 miles away from each other.
Right.
And they both sourced from them. So that was fun to get to see what they still had at either place. I liked Window.
Mm-hmm.
You had, what did you have there?
I had a raspberry vanilla latte.
Yes, and I had a burnt creme brulee latte thing, which just...
burnt vanilla cream, I think is what
just
they
tasted
call
like a vanilla latte. That was fine.
Yeah, it was good. I wouldn't say like it was like mind-blowing, but like if you're in the neighborhood and like you want a little cup of coffee, it was great.
Cool little neighborhood spot.
Go get some pastries.
Dark Hall up next.
Yes.
Dark Hall we've been to before. Dark Hall is a solid spot. It's a lot of fun. They are vegan.
Yes, and I think my favorite thing is their pastries. I think their pastries are fantastic. And it's not to say that their coffee isn't good, but their pastries are excellent.
But the coffee that you got was Gluttony, which had one of their pastries on it. So that was a little 2 birds, 1 stone situation.
Like, I got a iced mocha with a chocolate cake on top. Like, why? What is better than that?
Not what I had. Mine was okay. It was a strawberry. I got the
Wasn't
lust.
it a matcha?
No, it was a strawberry. It might have been a matcha.
You don't like matcha. I don't know why you
had matcha today and I liked it.
Yeah,
somewhere.
You confused me.
I remember where. When you go to all these shops back to back to back, I have brain bleed where I'm just like, it's all the same shop.
Points to Dark Hall for having like a really cool bathroom.
You always give up bathroom points. You're a big bathroom aficionado.
I love bathrooms.
I avoid them actively, so we have different. I guess it's good that we
guys,
go to places together.
I've been to the #1 voted bathroom in Arizona. Okay, you can see sharks from the bathroom. It's very cool.
What?
Odyssey has the number. Is it Odyssey? Yeah, has the #1.
Who's reading this? You?
No, this is a real thing.
I refuse to believe that.
But their bathroom, you can look into the shark tank from the bathroom. It's very cool.
I don't like eyes on me while I'm doing that. That's not for me.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I like that.
All right, bathroom aficionado.
Look,
moving down the list.
If you want an official ranking, guys, I'll do it. You don't have to ask twice.
She already has the list. She just wants a reason.
Look, I just want somebody to ask for it. That's all.
Just ask and you shall receive. This is where I pee.
Oh, should I make stickers that are like,
this is where
Courtney
I pee
peed here? And then write a little rating of the bathroom.
That would be so upsetting to go into a bathroom and then just see a series of stickers like branded tag. I mean, a lot of these restaurants, coffee shops, all of them do like have like a trash can that's like tagged with a bunch of stickers.
Exactly. So. This could be a new thing for us.
Love food, hate money, pee here. Poo, Bones.
Bones Aftermarket.
Bones Aftermarket, yep.
We have been there once before.
Yeah.
Super cute, very eclectic.
Artsy.
Every time we go in there, I'm like, we're not cool enough to be here.
I don't own the clothing they own. That's true. And every time I've gone in there, I've misread their menu and like had to think about it.
Their menu is hilarious,
which a lot of people do. I'm glad to see that I'm not the only person that doesn't know how to read. But their menu is 2 columns, and so you have to just be paying attention because if you're just scanning across a menu and like. I personally will read the words, so coffee, and then my eyes start all the way over to the right to see the price. Mm-hmm. So it was like an espresso for $7,777, and I was like, it's probably a good espresso, but why? And then I processed, and I was like, oh, that's why. It's
a piece of art.
A piece of art on the other end of that menu. So
no, it was great because the guy in line behind us this morning was like, a latte for $3,000.
The girl was like, no. And I said, no. And then he went, oh.
He's like, that's good. I can't afford that.
Phew.
I had a cortado. It was good.
Yeah, and I had a latte of some sort. Which latte did I have there?
I don't know.
I got the condensed milk latte, the Louisa. That's what I got there.
You think I pay attention to what you order? No.
Sometimes I hope you do, because you still end up tasting it. It tasted like a latte with condensed milk in it. It was good. It was a good way to start the day.
Valley coffee?
Valley is as close as you can get to Coffee Rush without getting your eyes wet. So if you like that.
Yes. We had the pumpkin chai.
Yes.
It was fine. I thought, for me, it had too much cardamom, but.
It was a very cardamom-y chai. I
am very picky, so.
I am also very picky, but this spot was busy.
It was really cute.
On Central, no.
Over, and it, like, you could go get.
And Third, which are literally, like, pretty iconically parallel. Because that's how the system works in Arizona.
You know, grids. Crazy.
Grids, baby.
Really fun, though, because you could get a coffee from there and then go walk around the Japanese Friendship Garden. It's literally right there.
Yeah, it's right there. It's a cool spot. And also they had beer, which is a lot of the shops that we did, like, had various other things that they did, which is pretty cool. Not the most, what's the word? They had somewhere near, like, the least amount of, like, distinguishing character. A lot of these spots are like, oh, that's very much that spot. Yes. Like, it had its own space. This could have been, it's just any old thing. Right. It was solid, though. Like,
they also had a lot of art on the walls. It was really busy. Like, a lot of people clearly worked there.
Business in that area.
Was it also, like, underneath that apartment building? Like, it was all connected?
Pad, yeah.
Which I always, every time we see something like that, I'm like, I wish we had a cool apartment.
Our apartment is cool. We've got someone that plays the drums upstairs sometimes.
Love that for us.
Actually, I don't even think it's drums. I think he plays a bongo, which is a really funny thing just to hear at 3 a.m. Gives me, like, my PTSD as a child watching the Jumanji movie and, like, hearing the little drum beats and I having a panic attack. Were you allowed to watch that movie?
I didn't like it. It was scary.
The beginning part, real scary.
And then when she's, like, frozen in that bathroom, for some reason that part stands out to me.
When she's frozen in the bathroom? When she gets the plant?
If I'm thinking of the right movie, I could be very wrong.
What movie are you thinking about? You live your life.
I don't know.
This is a movie podcast now. Where we talk about movies that we know nothing about.
I think we have 3 left, and I'm trying to guess which one you're going to say next. I feel like you're going to say Xanadu next.
Yeah, Xanadu next. There's 4 left, and Xanadu's next.
Oh, you're right. Goose. I was looking at the wrong. I was only looking at the one side.
Xanadu is the group that put it together. One of the few shops that I think actually does their own roasting on this list, if not the only one that does their own roasting.
I'm fairly certain that Randy and Xanadu do most of the roasting for most of these coffee shops.
That wouldn't make sense where he's just, like, self-promoting.
He's like, here are my babies.
These are my children.
I know it, at least at one point he was doing Dark Hall. I'm fairly certain I saw the bags at Window.
I know for a fact that Cha-Cha's, all of these are probably Xanadu children.
Or at least they have some kind of relationship, because Randy also maintenances espresso machines. So
it's a good thing to be the only person in town that does.
Right. Really cute shop. I love their shop. It's a little house. It's adorable. Solid bathroom.
No. It was like that's a okay bathroom at most. I actually had to use that one.
It's always clean, and there's points for that.
Is not much more that can be asked, I suppose. They have a little herb garden outside with lots of basil. Herbs. That was cool today if we need basil.
Yeah.
Because it's always more expensive than we want when we need it.
I had a toasted marshmallow latte with oat milk.
And I had a caramel apple matcha, which was tasty.
And you liked matcha.
I don't really like matcha all that much. I did it with almond milk, because I figured almond and apple.
Mm-hmm,
we got really, like, too detailed on our milk pairings when we were ordering
milk and syrup pairings, guys.
It made us sound like nerds, and that's because we are nerds.
True. We need everybody to know what we're about.
So yeah, Xanadu, good spot if you want coffee. That's like my backup for picking up coffee in Arizona. 3rd. I don't know. Sometimes I go to Cartel.
And then I think you're next when you're going to say cha-chas.
I wasn't going to do these in any particular order, but cha-chas is a good one to talk about because it was the one that specialized in tea.
Which makes sense.
Because the rest is TTs. Oh, TTs.
Oh, geez.
That shop because it had a living polar bear puppy inside of it.
It had a little sand white puppy, and he was very good. I don't think there's enough tea shops. I'll be honest.
I don't know
how World needs more tea shops.
They're a lot of fun.
So good. They had like a bajillion things on their menu. It was a little overwhelming.
It was.
So we could go back like 60 times and not have everything.
Yeah.
And they had food, which was really cool.
They had food. We did not have any food because we had just finished gorging.
Yes. Because it's across the street from Bacanora, so obviously.
And we managed to get a little brunch table there and ate $100 worth of Sonoran food.
I had a Jack the Ripper.
Excuse me, 100 spicy potato tacos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no dollars here.
There's no dollars, just tacos, which is roughly how the morning went.
Yes. Jack the Ripper, which was a London Fog seasonal drink that they had.
I don't know why it was different than the normal.
I think she said it had butterfly pea in it, which was
when you open your mouth
I got it hot.
And a butterfly pea's in it. It makes it really special.
Oh, you're the worst.
I'm trying to think of something that you would want less than that because you're afraid of butterflies.
I don't like them.
Worth noting.
Not good. Too scary.
Tell the people why you don't like butterflies.
Well, they're big flying bugs. Insects. Not good.
Okay.
Look, they're really scary.
I've seen her literally scream at one before. Like it was attacking her with a knife.
Oh, it says the guy that like the one landed on you and it poked you with its
yeah, it literally was trying to suck my teeth. If you have
but you were dressed like a flower.
Yeah, but there's something really upsetting about like a butterfly landing on you and then all of a sudden your nipple being played with. That is not an order of events. I deserve to be afraid of butterflies.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm afraid for you.
You just watched it happen once and you were like, no.
You had I had a toasted rice.
Yeah, I had a genmai cha, which is it was a Japanese, toasted rice and green tea, and then with I had it iced, and then I think that was oat milk on that one as well. Really tasty. I really love toasted rice tea, and then the Japanese green tea that they use, like pretty tasty, good smoky flavor profile. So you get sort of like the sweet toasty rice, and then the smoky bitter herbal green from the green tea itself. Really tasty drink. I like those a lot when they're available. So.
Yeah.
Because that one menu was so overwhelming, I was like, I know I will enjoy this. I'll just lay up.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back there.
Good energy in that spot. A lot of fun. They also had some fun like tea trinkets and things to buy to like do small like tea tastings where it's like $1 for a couple of leaves and you could like taste a little bitty bit.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool shop. This one is the next one. Let's see, make sure. Yeah. Next one we're talking is the hardest one to get to.
Yes. Because when this episode comes out, you're going to have like 10 or 11 days, something like that. I don't remember. But you're going to have like a little over a week if you want to go participate.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one that you have to mark your calendar. You have to show up on time because it's only there 2 days. And it's only there for like 4 hours each day. This
will be coming out. Yeah, you will have that following week through the weekend to complete because it's through the end of October.
And you can do it, guys. We believe in you.
You just have to hit them up differently. Like we did it weekends only, which is great. But most of these shops are open.
Yeah.
Throughout, except Hakiri.
And some of them are only open in the morning. So you got to take that into consideration.
Double down. Triple down. That's what we did.
Go to 4 in one day. You can do it.
It's been done. Caffeine headaches are likely, but that's fine.
That's fine. You'll be okay. It's a free shirt. Grow up.
Yeah,
get a free shirt.
It's a free shirt for $200.
Worth it. Hakiri,
delicious.
So good.
Featured in quite a few.
It was highlighted for Indigenous Peoples Day for being Indigenous owned, which is really cool.
Yeah. It's in a little converted bus in the middle of Metro Phoenix, and it's open for 6 hours a week. Super solid. I think probably the best.
Your drink was like my favorite thing we had.
in this whole tour, which was a salted maple shakerado. And it was delicious. They had a really good flaky salt on the top of it, so every sip was a little salty, savory. You got the maple flavor, played off the espresso, just enough like of the texture from the milk to come through. Wonderful drink.
And they're hurting us by being so limited, because that I would have that drink every day. It's so good.
And you had a drink, I want to say it was called the Ojipa?
Something similar. I don't remember exactly, but it was,
yeah.
It was a layered espresso drink with a berry syrup at the bottom.
It was also very tasty.
Really tasty. Their espresso was really good.
I will say fundamentally, though, layered espresso drinks are not it.
Not my favorite.
Like, yeah, aesthetically cool for a picture, but like, please, it doesn't taste right. And now I'm just drinking coffee because were we able to get straws there?
Yeah, but when you give me a lid that has the opening in it, like, I don't want to grab a straw, you know? Yeah, because I don't want to be that turtle killer. I want people to think I'm cool and I like the environment. Because I like to think that I like the environment and want to be cool.
Nothing like being cool in the environment. That's what they say. That's why we'd be throwing soup on the Van Gogh paintings these days.
No, that's not cool.
It's a wild world we live in.
But their point stands. Human life is more valuable than art. But anyways, the Laugh Shop, which I think was our hidden gem. It was like...
Our hidden gem, our unanimous favorite.
It wasn't the best coffee. It wasn't...
It was the best vibe.
Yeah. It was like eclectic maximalist at its finest.
It was a dive bar that had pretty decent coffees. Their specialty drinks were tasty. It had Reese's muddled into a latte, and it was nice. And you had
Mine was Cocoa Puffs themed, called the Ex-Girlfriend.
Yes, the hot ex-girlfriend.
And the guy kept making jokes, and it was very funny.
He was on one.
Well, the way I said it, I was like, I'll do the ex-girlfriend. And then from there, he had many jokes.
The jokes ensued.
Yes. We also got one of their sandwiches because they have food, and it was really good.
Yeah, and they served it with macaroni salad, which is not something that I've seen outside of the context of Hawaiian plate food in many moons.
Yes.
I don't actually remember the last time I went to a sandwich shop and they were like, mac salad? Okay.
It makes me think of Cassie. I would think that was the last time we had mac salad. It was at a Shorty's pop-up.
That's true.
Super cute shop. Like all like vintage thrifted furniture. They had a pool table.
A dartboard.
Lots of plants.
Had a ton of plants, lots of Halloween decorations. So, and it was like a dive bar. Like it was a dive bar that was converted. And so it had like crazy vintage comfy furniture from like 70s, 80s, weird textured fabrics, and what would that be? Like a 4x15 like glass top table in the middle of the restaurant. It was a wild shop, but it was the one that I am the most excited to go back to because I want to try their pizza, and some of their other weird drinks sounded good.
Yeah, and it was this unassuming. Like we drove past it the first time because it looked like, I think there was a sign for like an Asian restaurant.
Yeah,
out front
there was. It was like it was
like a Chinese restaurant.
So
we drove past it.
I whizzed right by it.
Figured it out. So cute, so fun. And just like a good vibe, you know.
It was a lot of fun.
We're here for the vibes.
It was a very vibey spot. Yeah. It was Cheers meets coffee. It was shots and shots. So they had a full like cocktail list, local beer, Xanadu coffee. I imagine. I feel like that's what we.
It's a good guess
on for
sure
who all these places were using for their actual coffee beans.
At least some of them, yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend.
Yeah, so there you go. That's 10 coffee shops.
10 coffee shops in 30 minutes. Now, when you listen to this, you will have a little over 30 minutes to go and try to get your own shirt.
If you visit any of them, definitely let us know because we would love to hear other people's experience because we can't try everything, and that's sad.
Yes. So if there's something that we said that you should get, obviously don't get it so we can hear about it. On that note, the coffee bus is driving away.
No.
And we need another espresso.
Gotta hop on.
Gotta hop on the coffee bus, kids.
Thank you for listening to Love Food, Hate Money. This podcast is edited by John Watkins of Feather Fiction Studios. He also has our original music. Make sure to check us out on social media. And if you like us, rate and review. It helps other people find our podcast. Tell your friends and enemies that you listen to this podcast sometimes, and you know these two weirdos that spend all their money on food. We are still selling shirts. We are getting low on shirts. We've been shipping them across the country, which has been so fun. And the Patreon, as of this recording, should be launched. I have spent a ton of time trying to make it worth your time and money, and we really hope that you'll join us, because we know, obviously, anytime you spend your hard-earned spicy potato tacos, we want it to have value. And so we're really hoping we can do that.
Support the agenda.
Yeah, obviously this is still a communist podcast, so...
Prove it.
Yeah, just show your loyalty, and we'll show you ours.
Sounds like a good plan, but thanks everyone.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much. We'll show you ours.
Bye.
Bye. I made a mess.